guys, welcome to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic.
And you're new!
And we want to punch Jim Cornette in the face repeatedly until he bleeds because he's stupid.
Hot tag!
Hot tag!
Hot tag, okay, I got you. I got you, I'm coming in hot. You know, I'm gonna hit that Big E spear.
We'll see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Welcome, you beautiful, lovely, wonderful people who are watching this video right now to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always an instant classic. We are on the road to WrestleMania on our WrestleMania road trip. We've been through a couple of, good WrestleManias so far, except for Justin's. I don't know. And we are at WrestleMania. They're going to do it, so I'm just going to do 10. They're going to, yeah, DJ's doing it right now. 10, yeah. We're at WrestleMania 10. One that I was excited for, not one that I picked necessarily, but one that I'm definitely excited for. I think it's the best one so far that we've had. 4 was obviously the best so far, but this one's even better than 5 and 6. Who would pick 5 and 6? But anyway, this was held on March 20th of the year 1994. Show of hands for anyone who was alive.
I mean, you were like that.
Yeah, that's right. I was alive.
You were like 96.
But I was like 37. Get it right. God.
37.
But anyway, so Little Richard performed America the Beautiful, and I fucking lost it. Only Little Richard would dim the lights and have his own choir for America the Beautiful. And then, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but during his performance, the camera went to a group of Asians who looked so confused. I was like, racist. Any thoughts on the beautiful rendition of America the Beautiful by Little Richard?
Well, if you didn't know about the song, it was quite beautiful. I definitely liked it. I think Little Richie gave it a nice flavor. He gave it something different. You don't always get that from every singer, which is nice. So I definitely thought, he gave it a different feel. He had his own choir and everything, which was nice. But like I've said before, though, I feel like singing America the Beautiful or the national anthem just makes the event feel bigger, makes it feel like a true sporting event more than just sports entertainment. But overall, I felt like this show seemed like it was getting very much into the sports entertainment aspect of everything, more than the shows from the past. There were more storylines and everything involved. So I just kind of noticed that from this show than the ones from before.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this, him singing, it kind of felt like a different vibe, like him. I just liked it. It was good, and I thought that was funny. Yes, I do agree with Casey, like that point to the Asians. Oh, God. Oh, man, that point to the Asians, that was kind of racist there, but, I thought it was good, and this was probably one of the best WrestleManias I watched so far, that we have done.
It was the best so far. I don't know what you're talking about. Was one of. It was.
I meant the best. That's what I meant to say.
It was the 10th anniversary of the first WrestleMania in history ever in life of all time in Florida, even though it wasn't in Florida. I don't know how we added Florida to everything, but it happened. It's the World Championship of Florida and the world. It's the Tag Team Championships of Florida and the world. And this is WrestleMania of Florida and the world. I don't know. But moving on. First match was one of my favorites on the card. Owen Hart versus Bret Hart. I thought this feud was awesome. It was a great push for Owen. You know, it was pretty much all about Bret up until this point, and this match and this feud kind of, you know, pushed Owen a little bit. You know, got him over a little bit more. But it was a great opening match. I liked the slower, kind of methodical pace, which I think was great for both Owen and Bret. You know, kind of. Which is kind of what we're used to with them, you know, with more of the technical work that they do in the ring. We got some nice viciousness from Owen, which, you know, you kind of expected. He was more of a heel at the time, and I feel like he worked better as a heel throughout his career than a face or anything like that. You know, but like I said, it was just a really good push for Owen. And the fact that it was against Bret Hart, who happens to be his brother, you know, it made for what was going to be a great match either way. You know, anytime you put relatives, especially brothers, in a match, you know, you're going to get a good match just with the chemistry. You know, they know each other so well. DJ, thoughts?
All right, my thoughts on Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. This was a good back and forth personal matchup, which was nice, and you could see these guys were obviously going all out, and I think, you know, obviously they're at the peak of their performance at WrestleMania, but too, I think going against your brother makes you kind of go a little bit more than you probably would, you know, trying to one up your brother or whatever, and I thought it was nice that Owen finds a way to win. Which in wrestling kind of foreshadows, if you have more than one match, if you lose that first match, it kind of foreshadows your next match or your next few matches or whatever. Similar to the, what was it, Randy Orton at, was it No Way Out? Well, but no, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't No Way Out. I can't remember what the name of the pay-per-view was. I'm sure Justin can tell me. But Randy Orton at the pay-per-view where he had to defend the title twice or whatever.
That was WrestleMania. Wait, no, I don't. No, that wasn't WrestleMania.
It most certainly wasn't WrestleMania, but
I thought I was thinking of something else. I don't remember.
No Mercy. No Mercy.
Yeah, it was No Mercy. I think it was 7 or something or other.
It was No Mercy. All right.
It was No Mercy.
I don't know. Yeah. But moving on to a mixed tag match.
Hey, I didn't even get my thoughts on the match.
Well, that was the point.
I need to get my thoughts on the
Fine. I thought the WrestleMania comment was your thoughts. I'm sorry.
No. So, you know, this was probably one of the best WrestleMania matches up to this point, you know, like 1 through 10, you know, like, because we had, you know, a lot of good matches before then, you know, like with Hogan and Savage, and Ultimate Warrior and Hogan. But, like I said, this is probably one of the best matches up to this point, you know. This was very well built. The tension between both of them, you know, when they were tagging, you know, you can see when they were going to be breaking up, you know, when they show, like, some highlight stuff of them. I like that. That was cool. And also, you know, Bret Hart won the Royal Rumble that year, and then, you know, also feuding with Owen Hart. So I like that. And, you know, this was the first time they're doing brother versus brother, which that is really cool, which they would do brother versus brother, like on their WrestleMania, which I think it was WrestleMania 25 with the Hardy Boys. But you know, this was just an amazing opener, really well wrestled, very technical wrestling type of match. I really enjoyed it, and I love the storyline behind it. And, you know, at this WrestleMania, you know, this is when storylines started to matter, and, like, these matches weren't so much short, like, and they actually had some meaning behind these matches. And also, you know, Bret would, you know, go in with a disadvantage into his later on, and then with Yokozuna, because he was in 2 matches. But yeah, I really enjoyed this match.
Can we move on now?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be about okay? But anyway, we get a mixed tag match. We got Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon versus Doink and Dink. I love Doink the Clown. I know his gimmick was supposed to be kind of comedic with the dark side, but he was a good in-ring performer too. So I was always a big fan of Doink the Clown. Luna and Dink were more kind of just comedic, I felt like, in this match. But I feel like Bam Bam and Doink worked really well together. I just really enjoyed this match. Unfortunately, Doink did not get the win. Bam Bam and Luna got the win. But this was a really good match. I kind of wished it was just Bam Bam versus Doink, but they kind of wanted to add something in there to kind of mix it up a little bit. But DJ,
Yeah, this match was quite interesting. It was more for comedic value than anything, and I definitely laughed at it a lot while I was watching it. I think it's amazing that Doink as a character survived as long as it did, just because, just how obviously wrestling changes throughout probably Doink's career. It felt like, and it survived, and it kind of stood the test of time, which was nice. And honestly, this may be a bold prediction, but or a bold statement more so. But Dink is greater than Hornswoggle and El Torito. I mean, he just is. He's got more athleticism. He's quicker. He's better in the ring. He can take a splash. I'm just saying. Now we didn't get a WLC from Dink, but I feel like he could have made that match of the night. Match of the night. I feel like. I think we need a Dink return. I think we do. The DDT by Doink was nice though. I definitely like that DDT. But yeah, I thought this match was definitely a fun match to watch. Luna scares me a little bit, but I guess she's supposed to.
My thoughts on this match. Well, I thought this match was, this was the second mixed tag team match, in WrestleMania history, which they would have many more throughout the years, because the first one was with Dusty and Sapphire versus Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. So yeah.
Dusty and what? Dusty and who?
Sapphire.
Who was it?
Sapphire. But this was a fun match, but it was kind of like a throwaway for the most part. But it was about like a 6-minute match. I mean, there was nothing that came out of the ordinary in this match. I mean, I think Luna is very underrated in my opinion, like in a ring standpoint, and I just think she kind of deserves a Hall of Fame induction in the near future, in my opinion. But like the winners of the match were, Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna, and it was fun for what it was. And I definitely do agree with DJ. Dink is so much better than Hornswoggle and El Torito combined. Like, you can just put him in it. That'd be cool to see a return from him someday. Just for shits and giggles, but yeah.
But what about Little Tokyo? Little Tokyo was pretty good.
Fatal 4-way.
I think they need to bring all the midgets from that match along with Dink, El Torito.
You can't forget Little Boogeyman.
Little Boogeyman too.
And then you can't forget Booker T's person. That little.
No, that one wasn't as memorable. No. But we don't have.
They put Gilbert in there too.
Yeah, put Gilbert in there.
Yeah, why not? We're going to put them all into a mini Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to be a step stool. Sorry, does that mean? But moving on to what was sort of a unique match. I felt like the rules in this match were a little bit unique. It was a false count anywhere match, but after being pinned on the outside, you have 60 seconds to get back into the ring or be declared the loser, which I thought was unique. We don't really get we get false count anywhere matches, but we don't get false count anywhere matches like that. I think if they brought that back, that would kind of make matches even more interesting. But I kind of liked it. We got Macho Man Randy Savage, not king. No king. He's not a king. No king. No hail to the king. None of that. Versus Crush. No, Savage didn't even wait for Crush to get in the ring. Crush drops Savage on the guardrail and gets a pin. Savage does make it back in the ring at the last 2 seconds. Crush gets Savage stuck in the ropes. While the ref helps Savage, Mr. Fuji gives Crush salt, the ceremonial salt, which I don't know why Crush needs that, but because he's not that he can't have it. I'm not saying, just because he's not Japanese that he can't have it. I'm not saying that, But Savage reverses, and Crush gets the salt in his own eyes. That was kind of cool. Smart move there. Savage pushes Crush out of the ring and gets a pin. Mr. Fuji pours a pitcher of water on Crush to kind of revive him. Like Savage, Crush makes it back in at the last 2 seconds. Basically, Cena did again. Savage gets Crush backstage and gets a pin and then ties him up on random scaffolding that was back there. Because why not? Just random scaffolding. I don't know. And Savage gets the win. I like this match. I always remember growing up seeing that clip of Savage tying up Crush. But I thought this was a pretty good match, and like I said, I feel like they should bring back those rules for Falls Count Anywhere matches. I think that would be interesting. DJ.
I agree. It does create another wrinkle into the Falls Count Anywhere system, which is nice. First off, Casey, forget you. Hail to the king. Second off, to the match. To the match. To the match. To the match. I definitely
the match.
But to the match. I did like the 60-second thing. I thought it was a nice wrinkle. This match was pretty good though. I definitely liked it. I like how Fuji was out there kind of helping out, dumping water on people and whatnot. It was cool when the fight went to the backstage area because we said this many times before, we don't see that anymore in wrestling. And for this to be a Falls Count Anywhere match, you might as well exploit the Falls Count Anywhere, the anywhere portion of it, rather than Falls Count outside of the ring match. Because I think that's what they probably should call it today, but they don't. But I thought this was a good match. I definitely liked it. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this was pretty good.
I thought this was a pretty decent match, and I was kind of surprised that Macho Man was still wrestling at this point in his career, because, since this was in 1994, and, after quote-unquote retiring to Warrior 3 years ago prior, so, I was kind of, surprised that he was still wrestling. So this kind of made me think of, all the missed opportunities that, through the final half of his career, and he kind of pitched that he wanted to work with the coming up star, Shawn Michaels, which, they would have a 2-year blow off where, pretty much Shawn Michaels, they would make him pretty much become a big star. I wish that would have happened, because they would have put on some really great matches with each other. But this feud, could have, like I said, could have been really great, but, they just missed a really big opportunity to do that there. But this was actually a pretty decent match, what they did here with Crush. I like the rules, where you had to get back in 60, was it 60 seconds? I mean, yeah, you had to get back in that time. Was it, DJ?
What?
Again, well, you had to get in the ring in a certain amount of time. I think it was. Yeah. So like I said, and they used the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation, to their advantage in this match, and I just think this was very fun. And also, at this time, you kind of had a movement of, a young movement, with Shawn Michaels, Diesel, and Bret Hart, and, you could throw Yokozuna into that list also, because, Hogan was gone, at this point. I think Piper was still around for a few more years, because he wouldn't be in WCW for a few more years. But like I said, I just really thought they could have did more with Macho Man at this time during the latter half of his career. But yeah, and I enjoyed this. This was fun.
Right. So, moving on to the World Wrestling Federation Women's Championship match. Not the Divas, women. We got Leilani Kai versus Alundra Blaze. I thought this was a good match. Alundra did retain the title. It was a good match, but it wasn't anything spectacular, I didn't think. DJ, thoughts?
Yeah, it was a good match, but I felt like it might have even ran a little shorter than I anticipated. It felt like it was a little short. It felt like they were working well together, and then at the end, I didn't feel like it was supposed to end right there. But it was nice to see Alundra Blaze because I haven't really seen a lot of her matches. But I thought the match was good. It ended a little too early.
Yeah, I thought this match was alright. I mean, pretty much basically, it was pretty much a basic women's match for the most part. And they wrestled pretty well together, but, it was very short, like about 30 minutes. And I think that Alundra Blaze, she, revolutionized women's wrestling at this time. And she pretty much ran with the ball at this time, back in the early 90s, back in the early 1990s. And, I mean, this wasn't really a match too out of the ordinary. I mean, it was really no different from a Divas match you pretty much see today. I mean, pretty much, they want to get 5 to 10 minutes of wrestling, but I wish it kind of would have, but because I think they could have had more time to work, and they did a lot of better things in this match also than what Divas do today. But this was very good, and I enjoyed it for the most part, and I think that Alundra Blaze, she kind of was not Alundra Blaze. How do you pronounce her name? I'm gonna botch her name. Leilani Kai. I think she was kind of a little underrated in my opinion, but yeah, like I said, it was fun, and I didn't really expect the match to end by it was by a German suplex. Yeah, it was by a German suplex. So yeah.
But have you seen Sasha Banks? Have you seen?
Yeah, I have. I love Sasha Banks. She's my girl from Boston, Massachusetts.
Don't ever try to say Boston with a Boston.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Let's move on to the WWF Tag Team Championship match. We got Men on a Mission versus the Quebecers. I just love the fact that we got both Mabel, aka Big Biss, versus, or not versus, but with Johnny Polo as the Quebecers manager, aka Raven. That was kind of cool. But I thought this was an entertaining match. Men on a Mission win via countout. So the Quebecers unfortunately retain, but don't leave with their belts because Men on a Mission grabbed them, and they wasn't gonna go back in there because Big Biss in the ring. You don't mess with Big Biss, especially when he wearing purple. You don't mess with that man. DJ,
only real men wear purple.
Do you mess with that man, DJ?
Well, I don't think I'd mess with that man. I don't care if he was wearing purple. I don't care if he's wearing pink. I don't care if he's wearing polka dots. I don't care if he's wearing horizontal stripes. I don't care if he's wearing vertical stripes. It don't matter. I'm not messing with Big Biss. I tag team with him though. I will tag team with him, but I will not mess with that man. But I definitely like Men on a Mission though. I thought it was very like it got me going. It got me into it. Because I love Big Biss anyway. But you just you felt like Men on a Mission were gonna get this win. You just did, and then I guess technically they did. I guess technically they did, but you just felt like they were going home with those titles. which I guess technically they did. But like you just felt like they were gonna win. They were gonna win the title.
Which technically they.
Technically, they. I'm done.
Okay, so this match was by countout, which you guys already know I don't like countouts, but I don't really remember much from this match. But as I said earlier in these reviews, these early Mania reviews, the tag team matches, they kind of stole the show back in the day, but this match was not so much here. I don't think this match really stole the show, in my opinion. I mean, at this point, pretty much like the main events, we're starting to steal the show, like with Yokozuna and Yokozuna and Bret Hart, and pretty much like the Intercontinental Championship match was starting to steal the show. I mean, pretty much those were starting to steal the show. But something that got me thinking and also with Hogan not being in the main event all the time, so that was good that that they were changing it up. But something that got me thinking, reminded me, the Man on the Mission kind of reminded me of what the New Day are today, in my opinion. Like, I just, do you guys think that?
They remind me honestly of like if R-Truth had like a twin and started a tag team. I don't like that. They reminded me more of that than the New Day. I could see it, but they reminded me a little bit more of Crime Time than I think the New Day.
I actually did see that.
Or Tons of Funk. Tons of Funk, I think, is perfect. Spot on.
Yeah, I get it, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Because, Justin didn't think this was the greatest match of all time. Freaking Raven and Bavis. How dare you? Anyway, we get the first of two World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship matches. We got Yokozuna versus Lex Luger with special guest referee Mr. Perfect. First of all, can WWE just hire Donnie Wahlberg to do all ring announcing forever? Because that was amazing. That was the best ring announcing I've heard in it. Oh, it was amazing. But I like this match. I love Mr. Perfect disqualifying Luger for shoving him. And obviously still Yokozuna, the WWF champion. I feel like it was predictable because the build up to Bret Hart, and they were pushing Bret Hart so much at the time. I felt like they were pushing Luger too, but not as much yet. And I don't know that Lex Luger really got to that point in WWE. I feel like I don't know if he ever really did, period, even in WCW. They always had him as like the next big thing, but I don't know that he ever really got to his full potential. But any thoughts on this match, DJ?
Yeah, Yokozuna was just fun to watch. I liked watching him, especially in this match and the main event. It was something about him. Like he had that presence about him, obviously, because he was massive, but still, it was a very like stereotypical like Japanese gimmick that WWE would throw upon the Japanese people. But I will give you
credit.
credit.
He ain't even Japanese. He related to The Rock.
That's true. But still, like it was one of those type of gimmicks where where he looked Japanese, so whatever, close enough, right?
Japanese. I don't know. I'll have to check.
But I mean, it worked though. Like they did a good job with it. It was something that you can use these type of gimmicks as long as you make them work. Because I feel like the Rusev gimmick worked really well too before they put him in League of Nations. the Rusev gimmick was working really well. But I I thought it was funny how Yokozuna put that little like pressure point, older brother on younger brother submission on Lex Luger, and Lex Luger was just like he was just sitting there, just hanging out, like just for a little, like it just happened to be that one time the camera caught his face, he was like just looking out to the crowd or whatever. I just thought that was funny. And I forgot about the forearm thing. Like he used the forearm so much because it was supposed to be surgically repaired and had like a metal rod inserted in it because he broke it so bad or something like that. I just thought that was funny. That was funny too. But yeah, I thought this match was actually pretty good. I agree with Casey though. Lex Luger never did really live up to his potential. He was kind of supposed to be the Hulk Hogan after Hulk Hogan left, and he just wasn't. He wasn't. I don't know if he wasn't as charismatic or what, but he just didn't come off to me as a star. It seemed like. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I have my mic muted. Botch. That was a botch.
I mean, we can move on if you don't want to
No,
talk about it.
I'm going to talk about this. So pretty much the reason why this match was happening was Lex Luger and Bret Hart pretty much won the Royal Rumble, which I don't know really how they both won the Royal Rumble, but they did. And from what I understand, like Lex Luger, he was supposed to win the title back at SummerSlam, but of course it was like the year before in 1993. But the whole thing, and also with the whole thing, Yokozuna getting slammed by Lex Luger on that boat. I don't remember what boat it was called, but I know it was on July 4th of 1993, and I remember it was in New York though, but I don't know what boat it was on. Which I think they should have gave him the title back at SummerSlam because you could have had Luger versus Bret Hart at WrestleMania, and because Yokozuna, his title reign will be really lengthy, like 200, I think it was like about 280 days or something like that. I think it's like he's tied up there with like Cena or JBL, I think so. But on to this match. This match was
a wrestling god, by the way.
Who is a wrestling god? But this match was all right for what it was. I mean, Lex Luger, he was hella over as a baby face. I mean, seriously, he was like so over here. But as an in-ring standpoint, I think he had a lot more to be desired, in my opinion, because like I just didn't really like his wrestling in-ring, and I think he really deserves a Hall of Fame induction, like in the near future, in my opinion. And also, of course, Mr. Perfect was a special guest referee here. And, that would kind of trigger a feud between Mr. Perfect and Lex Luger, and Mr. Perfect will do a heel turn later on down the road. So, I mean, this match was alright. And, Yokozuna, he could put on good matches with, against some, it depends on who the person was. But, Lex Luger, he didn't really do that here. The match was alright.
If you ever say hella again, I will hella eject you.
Hella
Damn
over. He was hella over.
Damn kids in your...
Hella over.
Anyway, next, we have Adam Bomb versus Earthquake.
I see what they did there. Bomb.
Yeah. This could have been a good match, but I blinked, and it was over. So I don't know if this was a good match. I mean, maybe the atom bomb went off, and that's what happened. I don't know. Did you guys see the match? Because I don't know.
I think this is actually the first time that, someone has actually missed an earthquake. I thought that was something you just couldn't do. Like, I thought you would feel the tremors or something. And, like, I think I went upstairs to get some drink, and I come back down and the match is an earthquake walking away. And I'm like, wait, did I miss the earthquake? I didn't even feel it upstairs, Come on.
I mean, I went to go to the bathroom during this match, and then when I get back, like, I saw the match was over. Like, what in the hell? Like, I thought this match could have been a little longer, but it was just a fucking squash. I did not enjoy this at all.
It wasn't a squash per se.
It was a squash, 30-second squash.
It was just a quick earthquake. Is all it was.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see. Yeah.
So basically, earthquakes are more powerful than bombs. We thank you for the science lesson, WWE. You know, you got us.
The more you know. Anyway, we get the undisputed Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship ladder match. Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon. This is definitely one of the matches. If you haven't seen it, you need to pause this video. Pause it right now. You go to the network for $9.99 a month and you watch this match. You need to watch this match. This made ladder matches basically. Shawn and Razor worked so well together. I like the storyline in this. I like how, you know, they had the fake Intercontinental title and the real, you know, and, you know, trying to decide who was the real Intercontinental Champion. You know, WWE has done this a couple times since with other titles. But,
like with the WWE Championship, Johnson and CM Punk.
Yeah. But I like this match. I don't know who doesn't like this match. I think this is one of the, you know, matches that most everybody agrees is, you know, one of the best. But DJ.
I agree. This is one of the best, especially singles ladder matches that we've seen. You don't really see a lot of singles ladder matches anymore as much. You always see them in either a tag team or like some kind of like 6, 8, 20, 60 man. That would be interesting. A 60-man ladder match.
No, that would be too much people in the ring. Like
it would, but
like people all like 60 ladders in the ring.
I think what it is. I think what they need 60-man ladder match. Okay, 60-man battle royal. Once you get eliminated, you can go hang the title up. You can go take the title down from the stage. I think that's
no. We just need a ladder match battle royal. That's what we need. Just a ladder match battle royal.
You can only get eliminated by being thrown off a ladder. I see.
I can't get thrown out of the ring. Like you have to.
No, you just gotta get the title. But there's like 20 other guys. So
a 30-man have a 30 next year. I got a good thing for Rumble.
It doesn't need to be this difficult. It's just
So I mean, but I got another suggestion. So the first person to get the title thinks they won, but then actually the person who wins is the person who throws them out. Because we gotta incorporate the battle royal into the ladder match. It can't. I mean, because if it was just a 60-man ladder match, then why aren't we just calling it a 60-man ladder match instead of making it putting battle royal in there, confusing the fans? Come on, Casey. Think about the fans. They spinning all around the ceiling.
Okay, no, we're gonna have a 60-man ladder match battle royal, King of the Mountain. So you gotta take the title down. You gotta go up the stage. You gotta put it back up. Then you gotta get back in the ring and eliminate everybody else.
Then you gotta get back in the ring and eliminate yourself.
Yeah, it's way too complicated, and nobody's gonna like it, but WWE would do it.
But I agree. This is one of the. I don't think I had anything left to say. But I do think Eli Drake, if you're watching this, you could have learned a little something from Shawn Michaels. I'm just saying. Pull your pants back up, son. Pull your pants back up.
Well, I thought this match was very good. You know, probably one of the best WrestleMania matches ever. Like this goes back like to my for the first match they had of the night, with Bret Hart and Bret Hart and Owen Hart. The storytelling in this match was also really good. I like Casey said, with the fake title belts, with one of the fake title belt Intercontinental Championship, trying to decide who is the actual Intercontinental Champion, which I really enjoyed that. This was a great way to pretty much get the ladder ladder match started off, on a high note, like on a high. I'm trying to figure out the word I'm trying to say, like a high. Ha, get it? No pun intended. But yeah, this was. No, not every pun is intended, but like I said, very fun match, and also Diesel was here to, be, Shawn Michaels' bodyguard, which he didn't get involved very much with. That was good, and you knew that they were going to be doing something big with Diesel, here because Vince McMahon loves his big guys. I mean,
Diesel was here to use his creative control.
He's here to use his creative control, but of course the winner of the match was Razor Ramon, and this was just a very good match, and we really enjoyed that. Really on the high note here. That's pretty much all I'd say.
All right. So, on to the main event, the second WWF Championship match, Yokozuna versus Bret Hart, with Roddy Piper as special guest referee. Again, awesome match. I feel like Bret Hart versus Yokozuna for the WWF Championship at Mania, I think 9 and 10. I think they both had matches both at 9 and 10. There was another one, I forget if it was 9. I think it was. But they were both incredible matches. Yokozuna and Bret Hart just worked really well together. They had good chemistry. I enjoyed watching them, and just for the fact that it was for the WWF title, and Bret Hart finally won the WWF title from Yokozuna. In the previous match, he didn't win. But this was just a really good match to kind of end WrestleMania 10 on a high note. And I like that Roddy Piper was the special guest referee, which I feel like he didn't get too involved in the match, which was surprising. Anytime Piper's in the match, you kind of expect him to do something kind of crazy, and I felt like he didn't, which kind of was good. You could focus more on Bret Hart versus Yokozuna. DJ?
Yes, this match was really good. I definitely enjoyed it. I was excited going into it, obviously knowing Bret Hart and Yokozuna were in it. Yokozuna, they did a great job as far as like putting Yokozuna over as like a really dominant guy, really dominant champion anyway. And just in this match in general, they did a good job with it. He was pretty much dominant throughout the whole match, and he took that one fall, and that's all that. And that's kind of the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Ha ha ha! I get it, WWE. But I definitely like this match, and it was cool to that's one of the things that I think WWE still tries to do with the bigger guys, is try to make them look dominant even in losses. So they still do a good job of doing that. But yeah, this match was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, Sam, I really enjoyed this match. I thought this match was better than the WrestleMania 9 match by a long shot. I mean, the in-ring work was so much better, and the storyline was so much better. I don't think like they were intentionally going to be really wanting to do this match again for WrestleMania 10, but I think that was pretty cool. How they drug that storyline out, so I like that. And also, you had Bret Hart kind of selling, how he was kind of hurt, from earlier in the night when he has a match with Owen Hart, and pretty much, both guys, I mean, they had time to rest up, but Bret Hart was a little more beaten. But and I definitely agree with you, DJ. He was, Yokozuna. He was very dominant in this match. Dominant for a long time. And Bret Hart. He made his really comeback. When like you said, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. But like I said, I was like really happy, when Bret Hart won, guys, WWF Championship, and I just really enjoyed this, WrestleMania a lot. Yeah.
All right. That was our stop at WrestleMania 10 on our WrestleMania road trip. All in all, I felt like this was a really awesome match or pay-per-view, WrestleMania, whatever. And if I told you, which I already did tell you to go watch a match. And I'm going to repeat myself, and I'm going to tell you to go watch the ladder match. But we're going to find out what DJ and Justin think you should go watch.
All right. I'm going to say, make this really hard for Justin. I'm going to say you should go watch the main event of the evening. Yokozuna versus Bret Hart for the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world.
This is kind of hard now. It's either between the opener or the Intercontinental Championship match. I'm gonna have to go with the opener here. Just to go something different. I'm going with the opener between Bret Hart and Owen Hart. That's what I would say.
All right. Well, that was, like I said, our WrestleMania 10 review. Next review will be WrestleMania 12. I think that'll be tomorrow, probably around the same time, most likely around 11. I think that's a good time for us to do it, pretty much. But we'll have that out. We have NXT coming up, the amazing show that it was. It was one match. Let's be honest. It was a match. Anyway. And then tomorrow we will have, like I said, WrestleMania 12. We'll have TNA and possibly another video that we're working on. But we will see you. Oh, also, I guess if you want to go over to Justin's channel, check it out. Find out that it's not as good as the Instant Classic Wrestling podcast. You come back here. It's not as good as he thought it was. You come back here. You subscribe. You like the videos. You go to our Twitter. You follow. You go to our Facebook page. You like it. You join. You post stuff and you comment on stuff and everything like that. And then, after all that, after you do all that, and you have to do it all, we will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.